Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plapper Platypus is the name, and welcome. Today we're checking out My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. I've been playing this game for about 1 to 2 weeks, and I kind of just want to show it off. I wanted to have a, I've been having a good time with it, and I think you guys might as well. So let's just, we'll take a look and see what it's like. I don't know if I'll do more videos on this. I'm not looking to get back into the mobile game thing on YouTube, but I don't know. We'll take a look and kind of, I guess, see how the video goes or whatnot. I am going to be doing this free to play. I've spent somewhere between $5 and $10. I don't know exactly, but not much, and that's all I'm planning on spending moving forward. I do want to get a free to play perspective on this. I don't plan on being super competitive, but it's a good time. And honestly, I like My Hero, and I like this combat style more than I like the other My Hero game personally. I know a lot of people like Strongest Hero, but this is an RPG, and very, very basically a classic JRPG, at least in presentation. It plays out pretty similarly to that as well. This is obviously this front thing is kind of like shit. This is based on your the shit you got. And so when you start, you get a reroll, and it's like within the first few seconds, you're doing a reroll. You just keep doing it till you get what you want. I wanted all for one, so I went until I got all for one. I do not believe you can get All Might. I tried for like an hour and a half to get All Might, could not get him. I don't think he's in that initial banner, but you can get one for free by playing the game for a little while anyway, and he's actually pretty good. But we're just gonna go do, I don't know, some random mission, I suppose, right? So these are all the game modes that you're gonna be able to do. The events so far have been incredibly lackluster. We've only had one event, but it's basically like when I'm thinking attacked, I'm thinking of all this shit. There's like this kind of boss, that kind of boss, this kind of shop, that kind of shop. Here's the medals, new free characters, new free equipment, new. So when I'm comparing it to attacked, this is super fucking dull. It's literally these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missions, and that's it. And then there is a shop that you can go to, but the shop has kind of, it's not like, it's not that it doesn't have anything, it's just like not very good. Like these things are just not on the same quality, and they're very expensive comparatively to the kind of stuff you'd get in Tact. But it's also the very first event on launch, right? People are going to be mostly going through story content, so I don't care that the event is super bad. Ultra Arena, this is going to be your PvP. PvP is fun. USJ, this is just like you fight a guy with 1,000,000 HP. And you could choose the difficulty level. I think the HP is pretty much always the same. It's just kind of like the stats that change, and you'll get some like these are all just alternate modes to get additional currencies that you could then take to the different shops, basically. But I haven't actually showed what the game is or what you do. But you can see they actually have pretty good rewards here. If you're willing to save up over time, these are memories. These aren't characters. But if you come down here, you can see there's some good SR characters, which would be like a an A rank. What the is it? S is the top intact. I know I just haven't played it in a while, and I kind of lost a lot of the information, but you can get some pretty good free-to-play characters here. Even in the VE tower, which this is versus, this is PvP. No, sorry, arena's PvP. VE tower is like a difficult single player mode, but this is where you can get your All Might, right? And he's actually not that hard to get, and he's pretty darn good. And then after you get him, it's actually pretty easy to get a lot of these Awaken shards. It gets more expensive, so like maxing him out isn't going to be easy, but he's like genuinely going to be a pretty big character. He's not like one of the greatest in the game right now, but he's very good, no doubt. Especially in single player content, shorter the fight, the better he is, because he gets like this really powerful skill where he gets right, he has just like a passively increased power when the fight starts. 30% is pretty large, especially because you could stack this with other effects, but he gets weaker every turn. So if you're going to be using them in fights that are only like 3 turns long, very, very good. But let's actually play the game a little bit. Then maybe we'll even do a multi or something just to end the video for fun. I kind of don't want to spend my gems. We'll take a look at what we got. Also, I'll give you some tips while we go along. Let's just go on the main quest, something that I'll easily do, just so you guys can get a general idea of what the gameplay is even like. Let's do something I haven't done though. Let's see if I can even do this. I don't even know. Recommended BP 154. This guy is a purple boy. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a team of 5 people. I don't really care. This part's important. It's just a side character, someone else that exists. So you're gonna pick a team of 5 characters. This is currently my quote unquote main team right now. So 5 characters, and they each kind of get an equipment. You know, it's basically a weapon, but it's they're called memories, but they each have basically a set amount of stats based on their rarity. So a bunch of stats, right? Like 6,000 whatever HP. Like they're kind of like silly high to me right now still. Like all right, 60 trillion HP stat and 27,000 power stat. They feel kind of silly high. These are the only 3 stats in the game, really, though. I mean, there's like crit chance and things like that, but for like the base stats, you're increasing HP, power, and speed. But so they come with these really big bonuses, but they also come with you could equip them with, this is their passive bonus, and then you can roll for an additional bonus. So these are, but that's really what it is. You have the characters, they each get an equipment. The equipments are pretty specific. They're like, oh, you want to equip a pro hero with this, and a few characters like, all right, this guy's a pro hero, so let's go there. It's probably set to auto because I've been farming. This keeps bringing up my desktop. I am capturing with desktop right now, but that is my YouTube videos you see behind me. All right, this is going too fast, so let's slow this down. All right, I like playing on speed too. I think it feels better. This is the part of the game that's the most ridiculous. When you start a fight, all the passives like go off. The thing is, I understand it wants to present all the information, but the information, it's like there's no point, right? I can't keep up with all that information. That was too much, too fast for me to actually carefully articulate, you know, to think about what all the implications are of that. So either, it's kind of weird because it's like, it takes quite a while when the fight starts. So it's kind of slow, but it's too fast to actually be useful. So I don't know, it's a weird spot, but this is basically what it is. Each character has 2 abilities and 2 passives, and you have the, you know, just like the memories, you can give them an additional passive. But yeah, and so you just choose your abilities and you go. You can see the turn order listed straight out, pretty straightforward. And if you want to see what an ability does because you don't remember, you could hold this, and you could also, this will let you target specific characters if you can target, you know, blah blah blah. You can also use this mode, so when you select an ability, it'll bring up the targeting automatically. I prefer to have that off and just hold it for the abilities that I want. If you're just autoing, you can select who you want them to target, you know, so they'll do their best to target that thing. The only time that sucks is if you kill something and they die, they'll just start attacking random shit afterwards, and sometimes that's not what you want them to do. But I like this ability. This ability increases the plus ultra gauge of a character. So we're going to use that on my strongest character, which is All For One. And is he the strongest in the end game? I don't know, but he's the strongest right now because I put the most amount of resources into him. He's still not max. Max in a character is insanely hard. Getting a character, so like max, let's say, is level like 100 with all their shit done. That's really hard. Getting a character to like level 80 to be like not at the max, but you know, like 80% of their power level is very easy comparatively. So you don't need to worry about it too much. It's not that hard to get characters to be powerful enough to be used. It is hard to get that final 10-20% though, no doubt. So we're just gonna use this. This sets things on fire. Let's actually slow it down. I haven't played on normal speed for a while, and so when you do these things, this is kind of got a weird, kind of an interesting mechanic in the combat. So skills, if you've played Pokemon, it's kind of like there's different priority levels of the actions. So there is skills have top priority over anything, over like attack. So no matter what you do, skill or no skill, your characters, all characters get like an auto attack at the end of the thing. So those go up and punch something. Skills will always take priority over auto attack. So if you're using skills, your opponent's not using skills, you will always go first, second, third, and then in like the skill phase, I don't think they separate it out, but there's kind of like 3 phases. There's the skill phase, the plus ultra phase, and then the physical attack phase. And basically your speed will determine where you go within each of those phases, but you can't go above or below phases. But right, it first comes the skill phase. If you use skills, these characters go. Then if anyone's using plus ultra, that's when plus ultras will go, and that's what will resolve fastest character to slowest character within there. But if a character has 200,000 speed and they're doing a plus ultra, the skill will still, a skill with a character of 1 speed would still go before that character because the skill phase comes first. Then it goes plus ultra, and then it just goes to normal attacks. So let's see, we might win this fight too easily. It might be actually too easy of a fight, but let's find out. And whenever you do these skill chains, it's very important. I don't know why, but they make you tap the screen here. But it's very important. Not only does it give you more damage, so the later the ability goes in the chain, the more damage it gets. It also will increase your plus ultra gauge for your, you know, basically limit break stuff. Okay, this guy is not too easy. We will be able to show you kind of how this stuff works. So now this is perfect, right? We got a plus ultra and we've got a skill here. And so now we're doing no skill plus ultra in this. So we can see here, All For One is going to go first because he's using a skill, and Endeavor is going to go second because he's using a plus ultra. And then you can see attacks are going last. So that's just kind of the way it goes. And even though we use these skills again, we will still get an attack. Pretty cool ability. I like that. And then the plus ultras are very flashy, right? They're a lot like the hero attacks in Tact, but even more flashy. Yeah, I'm playing this on screen capture right now. This might be a little intense for this. I couldn't find it on BlueStacks, so it doesn't seem to work that way. It's cutting off the top too. It's not super important. He has 40,000 HP out of 80,000. Now 50,000. He healed some HP. But you see, everyone got to go here. And so also basically this, when you have a guest, someone on your friends list, they just come in and use their plus ultra. But now let's speed this up a little bit and let's just end this fight. And we can take a look at another mode. We don't really need to take a look on that much more stuff. I won't skip this. This is kind of fun for you guys to watch. Look, it's so weird. I haven't obviously made content of this yet, and so the way it's capturing shit is weird as hell. Oh, I forgot that. I'm just trying to figure out why it's cutting out the top and bottom of my screen. Excuse me. Trying to make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that. You know, whatever. I'm not a professional, all right? I didn't test this before I did it. I'll just put it on auto right now. These guys should be totally fine. I did just kind of stretch it out to be really big. Maybe I should have kept it like its normal size. It might be like a little bit hard on the system to do it here. Let me just do this. This is live troubleshooting. It's not troubleshooting. This is just band-aids. That way you guys don't have to look at this shit. This is how professional content creators do it. They don't ever prepare in advance. They just do it like this. Exactly. That's why I'm a professional. There we go. All right, sir. Sure. There we go. Functional. It looks so much worse than before. Whatever. Oh, no. What? I don't know what I did. I fucked up something. Just put this here, and we'll just ignore it for now. We're not that much longer in the video, all right? All right, there we go. Whatever, fuck it. I'm done fucking with it. All right, I shouldn't have touched it. All right, so that's basically how the fight works. That's the story. Those fights are going to be easier, but that's the gist of it. Obviously, it's not always 3v1. That was a boss. 3v3 is pretty common. And there's different modes. There's also quite a bit of other stuff going on, but as far as like any tips that I may have, basically one of the main ones I would say is go ahead and go to the gear shop whenever it refreshes and just buy all this shit every single time. This is like these are pretty limited. The protein powder, speed jelly, and HP flakes. They're pretty limited, and you want a bunch of them for a bunch of characters. You don't get enough of them, so just come here. They refresh like every 6 hours or something like that. But everything else, these are just things you need to like rank up characters' abilities and shit. And you can see I have a lot of all this stuff. I may not even need to, but for now, I'm still early enough in the game where this is like, right, it's 2,000 to update. And to buy it all is like 10,000, right? I got 2 million. All right, I basically don't go below 2 million for this kind of stuff, but that's kind of what I'll do. I'll go there usually until the 4,000, maybe not if I feel like my money's getting a little low, because the money is probably artificially high because of the campaign of starting the game, right? There was like a, hey, make more money campaign, and I'm sure like a lot of shit just gave me a bunch of money, but I had like 3 million at a point. I was like, all right, let's start spending it. Let's maintain a certain amount, but I definitely recommend there. And then you can go to your base every day after basically every few hours. You just get like a couple rewards here. You know, none of it's like crazy, but it's all kind of nice. The energy is the best part. But yeah, that's it. I've just been playing this game. Also, don't forget about your awakening missions whenever you pick a character. These are super important. This is going to be basically, they're going to give you a bunch of missions that'll give you a bunch of good rewards. A lot of not good rewards too, but a bunch of good rewards as well. But like these shards, you get a bunch of the shards for like whatever character you picked. Like a fuck ton actually. So it'll give you enough to like awaken the character, and you got to put in a lot of work to get these done, but they're definitely worth it. So don't forget these. Don't bypass them. Just kind of keep an eye on it. It's like, all right, how reasonable is it going to be to do this? All right, complete 913 story on hard without skipping with this guy on my team. All right, shouldn't be too bad. And so sometimes you get great rewards for that. They give you rewards for your character and an additional super rare character I don't know how good the super rare characters are, if they change per character you pick, or if, you know, villains get one, heroes get one. I only got the one for my guy, but let's take a look if there's anything we could recruit here. It's gonna look like shit because of the way I have the screen set up, but you know, fuck it. VE tower boost. I'll do one multi. All right, I'll do one multi. I should get up to. I'll still get over 1,000 for when the next banner drops, whenever that is, which is just 2 multis, which is nothing, but you know, whatever. All right, let's do it. That way you guys can kind of see the thing. I don't know what the tells are for what makes a good banner. I know that this is a good banner. I know when they're in their outfits, that's like a guaranteed UR ultra rare, which is I think is the top. Looks like Dookie. Obviously, I don't have the correct equipment for this. I wonder if this is on BlueStacks. Fire, we got the fire. All Might. This is everything I know. I was watching another guy make this content. This all seems like all the positives. Look at that rare, man. I think that's the lowest rarity you can possibly get. Momo Yao, all prepped up. Hey, I like that guy. All right, well, there's probably one ultra rare in here, right? You can tell which ones aren't. I love that. I don't think it's good, but man, that's such a good picture. Oh, what do we get? We got a second Endeavor. Now we just get 80 of the stupid stars because we already had an Endeavor, but still, he is the banner character. Hey, a super rare pro sinker Fat Gum. Thanks for showing up. Awesome. All right, so we did get a cool new character, and the Endeavor is not bad, right? Getting 80 of these shards, these stars, when you get dupes, you don't get dupes of the character. You get stars, and the stars can be used pretty universally to like trade in for anything, for any character, right? It's like 5. I mean, we can just go fucking look. We don't need to look. A point is 80 is a lot. Like to get the super rare is only 20, so that's right 4 times as high. But you come here and go to the shop here. Go to the stars. Basically, this is how you buy the shards of characters you have, right? You can see it's 5 stars to get 5 shards. Even on the super rare. I don't know why anyone would ever do the rares. That's like the worst thing you could ever do. But yeah, so with like the 80, right? Maybe I go down and I get Endeavor now. The extra. You know, let's just do it. 50. Let's just so we can show you kind of how it works. There we go. All right, so we used the 80 Endeavor gave us. Now we have 90 of these, and now we can come over here. Level up, character ability board, Endeavor. So you need them both to awaken, which I might save them for. I'm probably going to save it for this because I do want to awaken them, but I have 40 extras. So let's see with 40 extra, you can go to the second route here. And here, right, it costs 40. And now we can level up your skill, and this will also level up stats. This is basically what you would consider awakenings. Especially with like the level up limits. But what does this one do? Gives your character resilience for 3 turns and increase their power by 25% when HP is below 50%. So Endeavor kind of likes being almost dead, but there you go. I really want to get this all stats up, but we need the thing for the awaken. The awakens it all stats up, and it changes their picture to be cool, and it gets a little shiny when you go into a fight, so it's awesome. But yeah, overall, here's my account so far. I'm pretty happy with it where it's at. As a free-to-play player. I mean, again, I put like $5 to $10 in or something. So essentially free-to-play, but not entirely. I know that you can get a pretty big boost when you start with a little bit of money in a game like this. But yeah, that's going to be it. I managed to talk about this game for 20 minutes. I think it's already too long. Per Platypus is per Ploutapus. I will see you next time. Let me know if you want to see more content on this. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm just putting things on the channel when I have some free time. Figured I'd share things that I like, and I'm liking this right now. See you guys next time.